Hello Flosstube, welcome to my channel, Home Sweet Home Handmade. I'm Natalie and this is episode 84. And it's Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, 25th of May 2026. I'm just going to have a little drink. It is the hottest day of the year. It's going to be 31 degrees. It's now nearly midday. Why oh why did I choose to come back to see you? But I'm well overdue on seeing you. So I thought I'd just hop on here. I'm not going to show you everything I've been stitching since I last saw you, because we'd be here all day. But since I last saw you, some quite big things have happened. We went to Edinburgh for my hubby's birthday, and we spent 4 nights there. And it was amazing. We went to the National Gallery just off Prince's Street Garden, and we saw Monet, and it was gorgeous. And we just loved being there. But sadly, my husband had a bout of horrible flu, this nasty bug that's been going around. And then he kindly gave it to me, which lasted about 3 weeks. So I've been ill. But also the other big news is that we have finally sold this cottage 14 months to the day that we put it up for sale. And we have also bought somewhere else. Still in the same place, but it's a little bit bigger, and we've got an enclosed courtyard, private enclosed courtyard. That is going to be lovely. It's going to be great for the boys. And if you're new here, I've got 2 ragdoll cats. They're brothers, called Percy and Simon, and they are big boys. Percy is the size of a small dog. So it's just going to be great to be able to leave the back door open and just let them come in and out as they choose, with no risk of them running off, because they have run off a couple of times here and we've had to chase them. So yeah, so it's all action stations for moving. It is a young girl that's bought this cottage. She's a first-time buyer, and our cottage that we're going to is empty. So hopefully, fingers and toes and everything crossed, it should be fairly quick. Famous last words. You know what it's like in the UK. So today I've got some happy mail that I forgot to show you last time. I've got 2 finishes, a near finish, some WIPs I've been working on, a lovely new start, and some haul. So if you haven't already done so, grab yourself a cold drink if you're here in the UK or in the Northern Hemisphere, because it is hot. And I like a sunny day. No, I'm not moaning, Emily. And she says, don't moan about the weather, because we've been waiting long enough. And talking of Emily, I saw her on Saturday. We went out for a lovely lunch together. It was great. And we went sort of antiquing, and I should really stop and show you what I got. Yes, I will. Hang on one moment. I'm back. So we had a lovely lunch, which is next to like an antique centre. And as I shouldn't really be purchasing, I should be decluttering as we're moving, but I couldn't resist this little family. They're cute. I think they're mice. I'm not sure. I love his little leg crossed over. And I think this was something like £3. I can't remember. Cute. So I picked that up. And then we also went into a shop that we always like to go into. And we both bought new rings. I know, terrible. And I got this one. Very unusual. It's silver. And it's called, I looked it up. Well, the lady in the shop looked it up. It's the 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 calcite stone, slightly pink. And it's a healing stone for trauma, grief and anxiety. So perfect. I just love that. I was like, I'm in ring, and I thought, oh, why not? You only live once, don't you? And Emily got this beautiful green one that really suits her. So that was a really nice day on Saturday, so we said we we're going to do that again. Right, shall we get back to the stitching? Because I feel like I'm in a bit of a rabbiting mood and getting easily distracted. So my lovely happy mail was from my friend Amy. Amy loves toads. So she sent this corner gauge. And she sent this absolutely amazing nil-hill. Because I am a big letter writer. I love writing. Postcards, note cards, letters. I just love it. I feel like it's a dying art that we must keep. And yeah, very cute. So this is on my fridge at the moment, so thank you, Amy. It's absolutely chuffed to bits to get that. Mill Hills are lovely, aren't they? I think there's like autumn leaves. She also sent some floss thread, a red one that I'm using, but also this pink one from, and I've never used these before, Pirate and Robin. And this is in the colourway Carnation. Thought that was hubby coming back. He's gone to do some shopping. Isn't that a lovely pink? So thank you, Amy. And she sent these floss drops as well. And they are from, I can't read that, is it the Cottage Cat? That looks like Simon when he's in his playful, naughty mood. So that was a lovely, lovely package to receive. And I can pop that one back on our fridge. Love it. Right. So, to my two finishes. The first one is, I had it in my stash. And we are having a Christmas tree for the Stitchy group that I run during the Christmas market at our local church. going to have a Christmas tree festival, so I've signed us up to have a tree, so we're stitching ornaments. So I managed to finish this one. Had the full kit from the Geeky Stitching Company. Just going to put something behind it. I've got the curtains closed just to keep the heat out. And the boys with their big fur coats were keeping an eye on them. They've got their cooling mats out. And I also use this thing called Hydrolife. It's like gravy, but it's got extra nutrients, and we keep it in the fridge so it gives them a cool drink. So, season's eatings. This is the first time as well that I've stitched on red. So I have got a hoop to finish it in, or I might finish it in a little hanging pillow. So I'm glad to get my first ornament finished. And then the next one was an impulsive start and a finish. I've been watching this channel on Instagram called Barry the Pufferfish, and he's just great. He's got like human, well, it looks like human front teeth. So I was just going through stash because I'm having a bit of a declutter and putting stuff on Vinted and that, and I saw this quirky Quaker pufferfish from Darling and Whimsy. And I actually had the cottage garden pufferfish thread as well. Look at that. So what I did was I decided that I would use these lighter colours, and because I didn't want it really stripy. And then if I show you my finish, there is Barry. I love it. There he is. So as I say, I used the lighter colours, and then the darker threads here I used around here. Very quick stitch. And I've got a few of these Darling and Whimsy little stitches. Isn't he cute? So, as I'm not going to stitch this again, I'd like to give this away. And I will throw in the thread as well. And the usual giveaway rules apply. You have to be over 18 to give me your address. Don't say giveaway or freebie or anything like that. And why don't you tell me, as it's the hottest day of the year here today in the UK, what is your favourite summer chart or kit? And I'll be looking for the word summer. And it's open to anyone. I'll post anywhere in the world. And you can stitch Barry. Well, it's not called Barry, but that's what I've named him. Barry the Pufferfish with the cottage garden thread. And you can stitch this on any like remnant of fabric. I stitched mine on, I think it's a vintage country cream. I think it's a 16 count Ada, because I'm an Ada stitcher. So there he is, little Barry Pufferfish. So yeah, enter and you could be stitching him. Let me know what your favourite summer chart is, or if you're stitching on something summer related at the moment, let me know what you're stitching on. Right, where are we going to go next? Let's start with my amazing new start, shall I? Naughty, but why not? As I say, I was looking through my stash, just trying to have a reorganised, a declutter. Am I really going to stitch that sort of moment? And this one has been on my mind, and it is a Joan Elliott called the Mermaid's Realm. Isn't that beautiful? And I got this as a kit. I've had it forever. From Polstitches. And it's stitched with DMC 310 and then just around the alphabet and other places it's a silver, which they substituted the colourful crinoline, because that's quite difficult to get, with a petite treasure braid silver one. So yeah. And sometimes I just like stitching with one thread, meaning one colour. I like to use two strands with the loop method to start, but just one colour of thread, so you don't have to keep changing. Isn't that lovely? So I am stitching it on a piece of 14 count Ada in the colourway Atlantic from Polstitches. And this is where I am. Oh, look at that. So I'm right up at the top left, as I normally start, with these fish here. So it's going to be a narrowish piece and a long one. So that's where I am. And this fabric is absolutely beautiful. It's 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬 base, because it's got the orange. I've got cat hair. They're shredding like crazy at the moment. And it's blowing out a bit. But it does look like water. So yeah. And this is going to be framed and go in our new bathroom, which I can't wait. So it isn't going to be that wide, but I just love it. And it was calling to me, and I just thought, I'm going to start that. So I did. Right, going with the bags I've got here. This one is my stitch group bag that I take to stitch group that we have once a month, and it's a Made by Rachel Christmas bag. You're familiar with this one, so I show it every time. And in here is my heartstring samplery Christmas bells sampler. And it's coming along. We're going to have a stitchy summer day in August where we're going to stitch all day together. I'm just organising it at the moment. So I'm going to take two projects. I'm going to take this one and then something else. I might take my mermaid one. And I'm stitching this on a piece of Sparkly's 18 count. Just hold on one moment. Sorry about that. Hubby's just come back. He popped out to get some bits and bobs of shopping that we need. And he also got me my favourite almond magnum ice cream, which he's popped in the freezer. You can't very often find those, so ooh, lovely. Be my treat for filming this in the heat. So, as I was saying, the Christmas bell sampler, I'm stitching this on a piece of Sparkly's 18 count Ada in the colour Slightly Nutty. And that's where I am so far. Apologies for the hanging thread. We're getting there slowly but surely. And I think the words will go very quickly. And I do really like this. I'm not using the colourful colours, threads. The silver is a silk, which I'm not a lover of silk. no, a bit controversial, but I don't really like it. And then the other threads are these 𝐥𝐸𝐤𝐞 Petites, which are threads for this chart. Hang on, oh, please, I can find it. Yeah, they are the specific threads for Cranberry Christmas by Hands On Design. But I've got them all in this little pouch. I know they're made by Rachel. And that amazing Christmas fabric. So, yeah, it's a bit of a labour of love, but I do really like it. And this Ada is an absolute dream to stitch on. Put everything back in the bag, so it's not so much of a mess to tidy up. And also in here are some other Christmas tree ornaments. So I have got this little dimensions kit that I got for the grand sum of £2 from a charity shop. There are two, so I've got Emily one as well. It's a full kit on plastic. It's very cute. And what else have I got in here? Oh, I've got this. This was, I had the Historical Sampler Company Advent last year. I don't know if I'm going to have it again. And there was a little robin ornament. And I've got the green Ada as well in there. So that could be a quick stitch. I've got that one that I've shown you before, Be Joyful, from JBW Designs. And is it in here? I think it might be in here. Not sure. Need to sort this bag out, it's a mess. I've got another one in here, but I obviously haven't. But I'm pleased to get the first ornament finished. But I need to do some more. Apologies for the zipper noise. Right, I'm going to show you this one. I've shown you these before, but I thought just getting all the cat hair off this bag. Keeping it in this Christmas tree bag, zipper, and I'm just going to take everything out so that you can see the image in the bag. I can't remember what the seller is called, but it was an Etsy purchase and there isn't a label on. Oh, look at all this. Terrible. But isn't that cute? So in here I've got Simon and Percy's stockings. And I decided to start them. So I've started with this one, and they are both design works, and it's a full kit, and this one is Simon's. So I've started up here. There isn't much to show you. That's it there. that is like 4 different colours. So it's a start, isn't it? And it's on this sort of like rustico flax Ada 14 count. And then Percy's one is, oh, taffled up. This is Percy's one. I haven't started this one yet. And this is a Design Works as well. Snoozing in under a patchwork blanket, and Percy loves to sleep, so yep. So Simon's has had a small start, and they are in their own project bag, which means it is an active WIP. So they're not going to be finished for this Christmas. Ooh, just needed to get my highlighter pen. But at least I've put some stitches in. Right, where are we going next? Which one is this? Oh yes. So another kitty cat Christmas bag. And this one is my lavender and lace. What's she called? Winter Rose. And I was stitching on this whilst the Eurovision Song Contest was on, which is always slightly rubbish, but you can't stop watching it. Isn't she lovely? And I am using the called for DMC and keeping them in this lovely Made by Rachel little stitchy pouch. I love that fabric. And this is on a, I think it's a 16 count, sort of icy blue Zweigart. And when I picked this up, I thought, oh, I've done that, I'll move across and do this one. Well, when I started looking, I realised that I had a lot more to do on this side. So this one is completely finished now, and I've started here on this top right corner there. But that is 3 different blues and 2 of the different like burgundy colours. Isn't that lovely? And this is again a huge piece which I haven't cut down. It's a double as well. I suppose I could cut it in half, couldn't I? Oh, there's a 1, 2, 3 stitch label there. So what is it? Actually, if I stick it on the back of there, you stitch it on the back, put it on the back of here, and it won't go walkabout. So it is a half yard. This is 16 count ice blue Ada. So I was right. There we go. Isn't that lovely? This one was calling to me to stitch on it, so I pulled it out. I'm glad I got that corner done. Now, I'm not showing you everything I've worked on because, as I said, we'll be here all day. It's too hot, and I want to get this edited and up for you to watch. So another look at that fabric. Another Made by Rachel bag. Cats and berets, you can't beat it. A very cute floral fabric on the top. So this one, there's two in here, but this is a really old one that I'd been putting off picking up because I thought that I didn't have a big enough piece of fabric that I started it on, and it's Jardin Privé Cat Lovers. So as you'll see, I've done this motif, this kitty cat that looks very much like Donna Ray's lovely kitty Juniper, and I'd nearly finished that, so I worked a bit on there and I put that heart in, and I counted down to the bottom and I can get it all on. So I was pleased about that because I kept putting off counting because I thought I've done so much. So there we are. So I don't know what this fabric is. Have I got a label in here? Hold please while I just have a look. I seem to think it might be a River Hut Designs. I think it might. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I like the way that the cat stands out. So it is going to fit on that piece. I would really like this finish because it is lovely. Just to show you again. Cat lovers. So I'm glad that I got my big girl pants on and counted down to the bottom. It's not going to be a huge margin at the bottom, but there'll be enough for framing. And then the other one that is in here is a Samplers and Stitches, a Badger and Bluebells. I love that. We've just finished with Bluebell season over here. And I'm stitching this with threads from Stash on a 16 count Zweigart fabric. I think it's called Antique Spice, yes, so it's quite dark. There we go. So I'm working up there. Making it a little bit darker than it is, but it'll be great when I get the badger and the white house in. That'll really pop. Right, the next one is in this lovely made by, no, it's not a Made by Rachel, it's Pauline from Sobe Bags. Look at that fabric. I think this is a Tilda, I'm not sure. And in here is my long dog, sorry, Zipper. And I am stitching this along with my sister Emily, who is Stitching from Gnome Cottage on Instagram. And we are doing Long Dog Samplers Love at First Sight, and that is how many stitches is in it. And I have started up here. And since I last saw you, where's my little book? I haven't counted this up, so let me just roughly add up. There's about 800 stitches more. My rough maths calculations there. So that's where we are. So this is being stitched on a piece of 16 count Aida, and it's a Lakeside Needlecraft exclusive called Pearl. So since I last showed it, I stitched this tree, this squirrel, I think around here as well. So I'm not far off finishing page 1, and the thread I'm using is a cottage garden thread called 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐿, and I don't know if you saw, because I get their email newsletter, but they were trialing doing 50-meter hanks. This is a, how long is this? Just see, not sure how long this is. Is it an 8? I think it might be an 8. Or a 5, I'm not sure. But they were trialing whether people wanted the bigger hanks. So I am pleased that you can still get this. I've got quite a few in this bag. And it looks quite a solid colour. It's like a sort of salmony pink, but there is a slight, you can sort of see it there, a slight variegation. And as I said before, I was a little bit unsure about this thread, but as I didn't know where it was going to be hanging when I eventually finish it, I went for a bit more of a neutral thread, and to be honest with you, I really love it now. And particularly up here, you can see the slight variegation. I'm just going to have a little drink, my throat's gone dry. There we go. So I think I might kick this out and do the other bunny or hare, and this as well, which will be the same as that. And it's one of those ones that, a bit like the mermaid one and the Barry pufferfish, because you're using one thread colour, it's just, I just love it. Yeah, there's counting, but you don't have to keep changing colours. Oh yeah, isn't that going to be lovely whenever it's finished? And I'm not putting any kind of time scale on it. I think I said that I wanted to finish page 1 this year, and I'm doing it old school, and I'm just going to flash this up quickly so you can see. So, oh, I need to mark off the tree, but I'm getting there. So I think I'm going to achieve my goal of page 1 finish. Right, the last WIP I'm going to show you is another made by Rachel. Look at that. Beautiful letters again. Ice cream. And in here is my animal crackers. And I so nearly finished this. Where's the front cover? Here we go. So I'm stitching Clementine, but affectionately known as Miss Betsy. So if you're a long-term viewer, you will know that I had a calico cat called Betsy. I'll pop a picture in here. So I'm using threads from Stash, not the Core 4. So I started off doing the diamond pattern here, and for some reason I kept going wrong, and so I kept ripping it out and doing it again, ripping it out. So I came up with this idea. And as I say, she's nearly finished. So there we go. So instead of the diamonds being all the way down, I've done like sash either side. So I've just got to fill that bottom in. I've nearly finished one of her feet, just got a bit more of the ginger and fill the white in. So fingers crossed, when I see you next, Clementine Miss Betsy will be finished. And this is quite a long-term WIP because I didn't stitch on this for a while after Betsy died. She died aged 23, would you believe it? She was my little soulmate cat. And I couldn't stitch on it for a while, but I want it finished now. I love her. And I've got this fabric that I'm going to back her with, which I thought would be really nice, as she's in sort of like a Jane Austen inspired dress. I love these animal crackers. So yeah, so that hopefully should be finished. I've got some other animal crackers in here. I've got Paisley, Snow Lady, Snowman. I've got Henrietta Hen. You can tell they're on the old style of chart. I do like this one. And I've got Jenny Wren as well, the bird. But I am not starting another animal crackers until this one is finished. And as I say, if you watched me before, I have done Theodore, who was a gift for a friend who he's got a ginger cat called Teddy, so I stitched him Theodore. One last look at my little design alteration. I had a bit of a nightmare with the pink as well. It's Tennessee red clay. I went through a skein and then I ordered another one and it was a completely different colour. So I ordered from somewhere else and thankfully that is the same. So that is a lesson that I repeat a lot and don't learn from, that if I'm going to use a colour and it will probably be 2 skeins, that I need to buy 2 skeins. So that's the WIPs that I'm going to show you that I've worked on. So let's move on to haul. And some of these are market releases. And the first one is, and I may start this one after I've finished Miss Betsy Cat, is Olive the Goose. And I managed to snag one of Pauline's bags. She had a bag sale on Friday and one of them was goose fabric, and I thought I've got to have the project bag for Miss Olive to go in. So I've got it kitted up ready with the colourful threads, and I'm going to use this fabric. It's a 16 count Ada called Wentworth Sage from Swan Bay Fabrics. No, I'm not going to use it on that one, am I? I think the heat's getting to me. I'm going to use this one on this goose pattern, which is from Fine Frog Stitching Strawberry Goose Witch. So I think I'm going to start this in June for the Strawberry Moon sale. Isn't she great? So this green is going to be for her. So I did need a project bag because I'm going to have this goose one on the go, and I'm going to have this goose one on the go. actually great. And you can see there's no back stitching. It's just really great shading of colours. The other one that I got was a Brenda 𝐥𝐤𝐬 Where Love Grows. Take it out the plastic. And this says, home is a garden of blessings where love grows and memories bloom. And I'm going to stitch this. I'm going to start it relatively soon. I'm going to stitch this for our new house. And I think that is just me all over. I just love it. I love the trees and the bow on the top. And I don't know what threads calls for. Oh, Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colourworks Hickory Sticks. I think I've got that. And then the rest are DMC. So the Weeks Dye Works are Sage and Teal Frost. I know I've got Teal Frost. And the rest are DMC, which is great. Isn't that house lovely? And then I am in Marie from Swan Bay Fabrics. I am in her bi-monthly fabric club. So every 2 months we get a fabric, and the April one was a medium Sanditon. So I am going to stitch this on this. Which I think is going to be lovely. And then this next one was a definite purchase from Market when I saw it. And it is 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐿, Anne with an E. Look at her. Kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out there are so many of them in the world. And have Green Gables. Now I do love the Netflix and Anne with an E, but I grew up watching the original one. Yeah. I especially like her little boots and her little skinny legs. And the fact that she's holding some scissors as well. And look how thin her arms are. So yeah, very whimsy, very cute. So they were, oh no, I've got one more. And this is another Brenda 𝐥𝐤𝐬. So it can be difficult to get her charts, but I know the Stitchery Sisters, Sarah and Nikki, they are stocking her designs. And that's where I got them from. So this is what called One Spring Day. And it is obviously a spring bunny. A couple of chicks, isn't that lovely? And you could almost, I think I will probably stitch this with threads from Stash. So that is what I'm going to show you today, because I wanted to come back because it's been way too long since I last saw you and I was missing you guys, and as I say, I haven't shown you everything that I've stitched on, so I may be back sooner rather than later. I'm not going to say when. I've got a new vlogging camera as well, so I want to test that out, so I might bring you along. I'm thinking that we live fairly close to a castle, so I might take you there, or there is a woods as well that is lovely as well, so I might take you there just so I can get used to using the vlogging camera. because I want to take that with us when we go on our annual trip to Whitby and Robin Hood's Bay in July. So I just want to get used to using it. So I thought, yeah, we've been meaning to go to this castle near us. It's a National Trust place for ages. We're not going to go when it's hot weather like this, but it may be a little bit cooler next weekend, still sunny I hope, and I will bring you along. So don't forget to enter the giveaway for, I don't know where I've put it, here it is, to win the Barry Pufferfish chart and the thread. And let me know what summer chart kit you're stitching at the moment or have stitched that is your favourite, and I will be looking for the word summer and I will pull the winner on my next regular Flosstube. So until then, I hope that you stay happy, healthy and hydrated and happy stitching everybody. Bye for now.